All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another live stream on Woo English, your favorite channel dedicated to learning English through stories. Today, we will have another news or war news discussion. Of course, a lot has been going on since like the ceasefire between Israel and Iran. I would love to discuss that with you. I would love to discuss certain things related to wars in the world, but at the same time, we would love to have like a chill live stream around the end of the week. Since this is the end of the week, we would love to have a chill, calm, laid back live stream where we would have some fun, and at the same time, we would love to discuss and learn, of course, because learning English is the major point of our channel. So we don't want to stray away from that. So we'd love to learn some English today, but we would love to have some discussion as well. So if you are here, welcome, and let's start. I think so. I see more people joining, but let me, of course, welcome the people who are already waiting in the chat. You can see the chat right here. I'm going to share your messages right here. I have my friend the 3D videos. Say how to join your team. You can email the, or you can contact the email that we have in our channel. So maybe you can contact that. That email, and you see, because I'm not responsible for like communication. That's why. Patricia, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for your paid subscription. I appreciate that. For people wondering, this is a paid subscription, and it allows you a variety of benefits and of advantages, like having access to unique and very like limited content that we share, that is only accessible for paid members, and our membership is as low as like $0.5. So our subscription is really cheap and affordable. Boo Boo, a very interesting name. Boo Boo says, "Hello guys, please. I need the story of William Edward uh, Beauregard Dubois. I didn't find it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the suggestion. We would love to do that. I'm gonna actually share it right now with the team. So thank you so much. I will definitely share it with the team momentarily. Because I tend to forget. I'll be honest. I tend to forget. So I'm gonna share this with the team for sure. Does not exist in YouTube no more. Okay, so it used to be there, because I don't know. Les asking about the payment. Well, it is not a payment. It's just like a kind of a tip. It's 0.0 something dollars. So it's very cheap. It depends on your the way you want to subscribe. So there are like $1, there is $10, there is $0.99. I think there is 0.5. So if you go to our channel, you check subscription, you will find all our subscription options. There are very, very affordable ones, and some of them come with audio books. So audiobooks that you can download on your phone and listen on your like when you're driving or whatever. So audiobooks that you can keep with you. So the moment you get them, they are yours. So you can download them. Of course, I jumped my friend Ahsanol here. Ahsanol, how are you doing, man? How's life? Liz, by the way, is this your first time joining the channel? I'm not familiar with that name. There were some other Liz's here, but I think this is your first time here. Ahsanol, how is the weather in your place? This is a question actually for all of you guys. How is the weather in your countries? Because right now, I'm absolutely sweating. I'm sweating, right? The reason expression in English, I want you to remember it. It's to sweat like a racehorse. So if you sweat like a racehorse, that means that you sweat a lot. And people who sweat like there is like this is sweat. So if you sweat like a racehorse, because racehorses they are racing, they are running for like long periods of time, very fast. So they tend to sweat so much. So this is where this expression comes from. as I said, I wanted to share one of the messages, one of your messages with the team so that they can fix that. It's a Boo Boo's message. So I would love to take a screenshot of it so that I can share it with my team, and they can do whatever they like with that. Like we can try to fix it, hopefully. All right. All right. So how is the weather in your countries, guys? I'm wondering, because here in Morocco, especially in the south of Morocco, it's hell on earth. It's very doing great, man, and the weather is pretty good here. Not too hot. Oh, lucky you, man. Lucky you. Here it's like 40, 47 or 48 degrees. It's very hot actually. Um, so yeah, I can see that I'm cutting a little bit. So I just fix my setup, and but I can see that I'm cutting. So the live stream may cut. So just bear with me. I just want to make sure I'm well connected, so that it won't cut. All right. All right. I think we are. I think that's an insane temperature. I'd be in the hospital in the heat. What's the maximum it reached in your country, Asano? What's the maximum that it reaches in your country? Here in my country, it does reach sometimes 48, 49 degrees. And I'm very serious. And please, while you are watching, I think it's time to go to the first activity, probably. Or shall we just wait a little bit? I'm gonna wait like two more minutes before we go to the first activity. So yeah, it's very hot. What about you guys? How is the weather in your country? If you know exactly like what is the temperature, please let us know in the chat. Here in Morocco, at least in the place where I am, it's 48 degrees or 47, between 46 and 40, between 46 and 48, I would say today at least. Well, the last couple of days it was not that hot, but today it was absolutely hell on earth. I was sweating like a racehorse. Uh, all right, 44 was the maximum. You guys are so freaking lucky. Here it's absolutely hell. And please, guys, while we are waiting, like for more people to join, double click on the screen if you guys don't mind. Just like double click on the screen, and something cool will happen. You will hear some good news today, I'm sure. You know the old trick. So just like double click on the screen, and you will receive some good news today. If you don't double click, you will hear some bad news. So you might as well double click on the screen. I'm just saying. All right. So if all right, yes, I think it's the other way. So please, if you know someone who would love to join us or who would benefit from this live stream, or you know would love to have some fun with us, please make sure to share. For you, like this video. Of course, you're gonna like it, and also subscribe if this is your first time seeing this handsome face. This is your chance to subscribe so that you don't miss the next live stream, and also so that you don't miss our one video every single day. One video, one learning English video, one video that will help you learning your English. Okay, so for my friend, yes. So this is the chat. All right. So for our friend Boo Boo or Babu, all right, a Boo Boo, yeah. You will find below the link to the William story, and you can watch it later on. Don't watch it right now, of course. Don't go now. Stay here. Watch this live stream. Of course, I think it's time to start. So let us start with the first activity here. The first activity is quite simple, actually. So of course the whole live stream will be about war news discussion. We'll have a little discussion. We'll have a series of questions, and all right. But we'll have a warm up today, which is something that we didn't do for a while now. We didn't do a warm up for a while now. So let us do a warm up today. The first warm up is a game that those of you who already know the channel will know what this game is. So what are you looking at in this picture? What are you looking at? So this is what we call zoomed in picture. So I'm going to show you a little picture, like a part of a picture, and you need to tell me American stealth bomber. That's exactly what it is. All right. So again, all right, good. This is what so basically you look at the picture, it's a zoomed in picture, and you tell me what are you looking at. That's basically the game here. So my friend Asonol says it's a cat's eye. All right. So the whole picture shows, of course, a cat then, right? So this is basically the game. So I'm going to show you a part of a picture, and you need to tell me what is the full picture, or what does the full picture show. So of course, this is a picture of a cat. So I'm going to move to the next one. Of course, it's going to get more and more difficult. So what is the picture we are looking at here? Maybe I should keep a message on the top. Guess the full image. Oops. All right. So guess the full image. And please don't forget to double click on the screen. All right, wonderful. So it is very clear on the phone. Hello, Khalid. Hello. How are you, Khalid? Where are you from, Khalid? And please don't forget to double click on the screen. And something miraculous, something very interesting will happen to you today. You will hear some very good news. All right, nice. So I see that some of you are clicking on the double click on the middle of the screen, right? So double click in the middle of the screen. So what does the full image show in your opinion? Khalid, how are you? I think this is Hala Iman. Hi. How are you? It's been a while, Iman, since we last saw you here. Let me make myself bigger. So, what is the full image? So I'm just showing you a part of an image. What is the full image showing? From Syria, hi, but I live in good, wonderful, man. Just life. Cool, Iman, cool. Life in kids, I presume, probably. All right, so what does the full image show? And please, while you are thinking, double click on the screen and something miraculous will happen to you. I'm very good, thank you. How about you? Khalid, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. Probably this is your first time watching this live stream. And by the way, I would love to express my happiness for you guys, the Syrian people, for um, in jail is different. Life in jail is different. What are you talking about, Asnal? As always, talking out of the like saying things so random. Is it an ocean? It's not an ocean, Iman. You can see that there is something red, something black. So what is the full image here? I'm just showing you a small picture, a small part. Life in jail is different. Talking about my life. Okay, all right. That's a car. All right. Cool. All right, it's absolutely a car. So I'm showing you only the windshield. So I'm gonna write the word for you, windshield. So windshield, basically it means like wind protector. It protects you from the wind. Okay, that's basically what a windshield is. Windshield. So it shows the windshield. You have it on the top of the screen, a windshield. So here it shows the windshield of a Ferrari. So let me go back to my to the other image. So guess the full image again. So for people who are just joining, of course, welcome today. A very nice live stream to end the week with. And this is the first activity. In this activity, I'll show you some pictures, and you need to tell me what is the full picture shows. All right. Next picture. Okay, this one is very difficult. I think I went so far with this one. So what is this? What are you looking at here in this picture? What are you looking at? Very interesting. I think I went so far with this picture. Wrestling ground. I like the way you're thinking. Super Mario hat. The Super Mario hat has blue in it. I don't know. Woohoo! My name is Amaria. All right, so Super Mario hat. Wrestling ground. I think wrestling ground is a much more interesting than Super Mario hat. It's closer because indeed, wrestling like those carpets that they have on the floor, they tend to be like that. Are you ready? This is a the old eraser that does everything except for erasing. Because when you try to erase pencil with it, it just smears it all over the people. It just covers your whole paper with pencil. That's an insane. Exactly. Of course, it is insane, man. I told you it's gonna get more and more difficult. It's an eraser. So again, this is the picture, and this is the full picture, and this is what we do in this activity. So I don't know why the. All right, stay there. Okay. Um. Okay. Next picture then. All right. What do you think the full picture shows? Let me hide myself for a couple of seconds so that you can get a good look at it. And please, for people who are watching, make sure click on skip to live so that you are watching me live. Make sure to click on skip to live. Iman says Eiffel Tower. Asanol says Eiffel Tower. Probably just copying Iman. All right. You guys are correct. This is the Eiffel Tower, indeed. Yes. All right. I zoomed in so far that the people, you can see there are people on Eiffel Tower, but you guys managed to like guess it correctly. Okay. I hope YouTube don't think that this is blood or something. I hope this is not it. This is not it for. It's not. It's just a zoomed in picture of something that is red. So guess the full picture. Immense strawberry. Does that look like strawberry to you, Iman? Arsenal also says strawberry. What the hell, man? How can you see strawberries there? Because they are indeed strawberries. All right. Good. All right. What about this one? Again, guess the image. This is a zoomed in picture. Guess the image. Guess the full image. I'm going to hide myself for a couple of seconds again that you can get a nice look at the picture. A tree. Iman says this is a tree. What do we call, Iman, let me ask you a question. What do we call the main body of a tree? Okay, I have two different answers. Khalid says tree also. So I want to share with you an information. Iman and Khalid agree that this is a tree, but Ahsanul says this is an elephant. Can you guys tell me what do we call the large part or the large body of a tree? What do we call that? Does anyone know? What do we call the large and the main body of a tree, like the big part? What's that called? Oh no. I don't know. Iman says, I don't know. Give me a second. I just need to prepare some pictures. A trench. You are very close, Ahsanul, actually. You are very close. But it's not a trench. It's close to that. It rhymes with that. It rhymes with that, actually. Trench, not trench. Change one letter and you are correct. And please, for everybody watch, bench. Amen. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are now just making fun of me. Bench, Iman, is those big big seats that we find like in public parks. That's a bench. Wait, I actually need to write this down. I need to show you a bench. You guys are now just making fun of me. Okay. All right. So give me a second. Share screen. Okay. Peeled, maybe. No, it's not peeled. Okay. So this is the main part of a tree. Okay, let me see if you can see that well. All right. So this is the main part of a tree. We call this a trunk. A trunk. All right. This is called a trunk. All right. This is called a trunk. We all agree? Do I need to write it? Let me write it for you. It's called a trunk. All right. This is a trunk, the trunk of a tree. I'm just checking on my phone so that I see if everything is like okay, great. So you can see the word trunk. Nice, nice. Not trench, trunk. This is the nose of an elephant. And you know what it is? What it is called? It's also called a trunk. Can you believe that? So both the main body of a tree and the nose of an elephant, both of them are called a trunk, word that you can see at the top of the screen. We can now understand why your answers, if both answers were trunk, I would accept them all. Not bench, Ahsanul, not bench. All right, so both of these are called trunks. Yes, exactly, man. This is so cool because you know what? They look alike. You can see they look alike actually. So they are both like full of wrinkles and they are both grayish most of the time. So this is a trunk of a tree, and this is the trunk of an elephant. All right, are you ready? And this is a bench. A bench has nothing to do with either. And it has nothing to do with our session today. I'm just making fun of Iman. So this is a bench. A bench has nothing to do with anything we're talking about today. Yeah, so let me go back. Let me go back. Okay. Drum roll. Exactly. And Englishmen are too lazy to make two words for these two things. Exactly. Exactly. They just say, well, you know what? They look alike, so let's just call them the same thing at this point. Okay, so let me go back to my favorite corner here. All right, that's nice. All right, this is actually an elephant. Well, how do we right? So most of the time, the trunk of a tree, it's just like straight lines like this. The trunk of an elephant, you can see like small squares. That's how you know the difference between the two. All right, this is an elephant, so Ahsanal won this round. Oh wow! Oh, what the hell? What was I thinking when I included this? What is this? I even don't know what this is. What are you guys thinking about? What are you guys looking at? That's very difficult to tell. I'm sorry. I do make your life very difficult sometimes. I gotta admit, sometimes I just do make your lives very miserable and very difficult. Um, what on earth is this? I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. It's all right. Let me just find my message. All right, here it is. I just wanted to. All right, let me see. But I'm interested in your. Come on, man. That's all. Come on, my man. That's not the. That's not it. All right, guess the full image. This one is difficult to tell. All right, so I'm gonna share it. This is actually a cotton swab. We call this a cotton swab, right? Let me show it to you. This is a cotton swab. You can see right here. This is a cotton swab. A lot of people use it to clean their ears. Like sometimes they use it. I switched it. It's used to take samples of DNA from the mouth, or it's used to clean the cuts sometimes. This we call it a cotton swab. I think that was a very difficult one to tell. I'm gonna agree with you guys. This is very difficult to tell here. Yeah, that was absolutely not clear. So let's move to the next one, which is a little easier to tell. It's not actually. All right, so let's go. What are you looking at in this? How the heck am I supposed to guess that? I don't know, man. As I said, sometimes I just make your life very difficult. But it's only during the live streams. Sometimes. Well, sometimes I would make an exercise or an activity or like a game, and it's only during the class, like inside the classroom or during the live stream, that I realize that this is actually a it's more difficult than I thought. Looks like a fried onion. Iman, you're hungry. Mustafa Adel, how are you? And why are you thanking us for? Honeybee. Honeybee, where do you see the honeybee, my man? That's not a honeybee. Guess the full image. What are you looking at? This is a smaller image. This is something that is furry. It has a little, like short hair. So what is it? It's a little bit difficult to guess, but I trust you guys. I make them very difficult because I trust you. I believe in you. I say, well, those people are very smart, very intelligent. They will do it. And unfortunately, I think I overestimate your powers sometimes. A dog. You are very close, Iman. You are very, very, very close. So I think the closest answer so far is immense. This is something that you can take with you if you want to sleep. Mustafa, I'm very interested to know why. What are you thanking us for? A sheep. You are very a sheep. You said that you and Iman said it at the same time, but no, it's not a sheep. 3, 2, 1. It's a teddy bear. It's a teddy bear. You were looking at a small portion of that big one. Right, you're looking at a small portion of the big one. I'm sorry if I'm making. All right. So, are you ready to test your are you guys ready to test your vocabulary now? Are you ready to test your vocabulary? You know what, Monica? How are you? I'm sorry, Monica, if I'm making things very difficult for you guys. Iman is finishing Ahsanal's sentence. All right, so test your vocabulary. I'm gonna share with you a game. At least here in Morocco, we used to play this game when we were in like middle school and primary school, and I still have a lot of fun playing it in the classroom sometimes. And I want to play it with you guys, so I hope you are ready. But before we do that, I want you to double click on the screen, and you will hear some good news today. You know the old message that was circulating. So if you double click on the screen, you will hear some good news. If you don't, I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you will hear some bad news if you don't double click on the screen right now. I'm sorry to do that. I'm sorry to do the strategies on you guys. But if you can please double click on the screen. So the game is this one. Let me share with you the game. All right. I have a table for you. I have this table. So I have chosen 2 or 3 letters. The letters that I have chosen for you are B, D, and O. And for each letter, you need to give me an animal, a color, a job, food, object, clothes, hobby, verb. Let's see who will do them all in one go. You sleep exactly, Ahsanul. Now you know what I say. I do be saying that. If you don't like this video, if you don't double click on the screen, sleep with one eye open. Because Ahsanul is gonna come to you and venge me. Yeah, I was saying, so in this game, let's start with the letter B now. So for the letter B, I want you to think about an animal that starts with the letter B, a color that starts with the letter B, a job, food, object, clothes, a hobby that starts with the letter B, and finally a verb. And please, you can write them all in one message. That would be better. It would be better if you write them for me, all of these words that you will come up with, write them for me in one comment. All right? So that your comment, your answer is not interrupted. You understand what I say? So write for me the animal, comma, letter, comma, job, comma, food, comma, object, clothes, etc. So write them all in one message or in one comment. We start with the letter exactly, Iman, yes. So for each letter, let's start with B now, all right? Focus only on B. Right? Give me an animal with B. I'm going to give you one. B, all right? Or bear, for example, right? Color. There are a lot of colors that start with B. A job that starts with B. Food that starts with B. Object that starts with B. Clothes that starts with B. Hobby that starts with B. And finally, a verb that starts with B. Monica, absolutely. A bear, for example. So this is a good example for an animal that starts with B. But Monica, can you write them all in one message, in one comment? Write all of the entries. I want to see who can find all the entries. And please, if you don't find one of them, for example, you cannot think of a clothes that starts with B, it's okay, just move on. Okay, let's see Ahsanul. So this is Ahsanul's answer. Let me show myself in the corner. So Ahsanul says bear for animal, black for color, bodyguard for job, Bundy for object. What's that? I don't know what's a Bundy. A food, but I still don't know what's a Bundy for food. There are easier ones, man. Book for object, bra for clothes, book reading for hobby. What about the verb, man? What about the verb? Oh, okay. I think you cannot share more words. So please, Ahsanul, I can't see your verb. But I can still see that you probably wrote something and YouTube did not accept a long comment. Bear, black, bodyguard, Bundy. I need to see what the hell is Bundy. Is it Ted Bundy? Bundy, man. It's an Indian food. All right. Probably let me share my screen. So this is Bundi for people wondering. This is Bundi. So it's like this. Okay, interesting. I'm going to accept it now. Now that I know what it is, I'm going to accept it. All right, this is Bundi. Wait. This is Bundi for people wondering. This is what Arsenal is talking about. It's some Indian food. All right. Wait a second. Wait a second. That's a very interesting verb that Iman gave us. So Iman says bear, blue, ballerina, cute, nice, burger, bun, object bun. You mean hair bun? Bowling for hobby and for verb to bully. Iman for I think I would go for what Ahsanul said, a bra for clothes. Do you guys know any other clothes that start with B? I can say belt. You know the belt that we wear around our waist, belt that we wear with the pants. Belt. That's clothes. It's an accessory, but it's still a clothes. All right. Let me see. A beanie. I don't know how we write it, but a beanie, it's clothes. Let me see how we write a beanie. Beanie clothes. Burkini. Right, burkini is one clothes. Yeah, it's a beanie, right? So a beanie is the hat that we wear on. That's called a beanie. Nice. All right. So are you a burkini, as I said, is another clothes. Beanie, exactly, Iman, exactly. A beanie, yeah. I said that, so it's not counted. All right. Okay, so now for the letter D now. Let's move to the letter D again. So the challenge here, probably for people just joining the challenge, I want you to come up with one word in each category starting with the letter D. So you will give me an animal that starts with D, color that starts with D, job that starts with D, food that starts with D, object that starts with D, clothes that start with D, and hobby that starts with D, and finally verb that starts with D. Arsenal already done that. So let's see. Dog, dark green, digger. Food. I never heard of that. Drawer. All right. Diaper. It's a drawing. Dancing. And Said just said donkey. Said Atif, well, how are you? First, and can you give us the other words? But that's a good try. That's a donkey, absolutely. Dog, donkey. There are other animals. Because you just wrote it there. I didn't know if it's like a word that you wanted to add to the list or if it was an insult to me. If you are telling me donkey or is it calling me donkey? Where are you from, Said? Where are you from? All right. Rabat. All right. So Morocco. Me too. I'm from Morocco as well. A duck. Nice. Cute. All right, Iman. What about color? What about job? I still have a lot to do. Um, what is your job, Mr. Dark Blue? Mr. Ahsanol, I didn't find your. Oh, digger is the job. So you missed one. No, you missed food. Dark blue, Iman. Says dark blue. I think the only colors that you will come up with the all starts with dark. Oh, but thank you, Said. Oh, really? Like in real life? I didn't know that. Can you remind me if we had the like if we already met in Morocco? Oh, okay, okay, all right, good. Here in this channel, wonderful say. I'm so sorry. Like a lot of people watch the channel, a lot of people watch the live streams, and so I tend to forget sometimes. So I'm sorry, but I'm very happy that you came back, that you are here. I'm so happy. And for people watching, I know you may be very confused right now because the title says uh, war discussion, and there is no war. We haven't discussed any war so far, but we will, right? We will. War discussion is coming later on, of course. I just wanted to set the tone because this is Friday. I mean, tomorrow is the weekend. I don't want to. You are from somewhere, exactly. So I don't want to like talk about wars from the get go. Exactly, Said. You do have a good memory. I don't want to like start it with words from the very beginning, but we are definitely going to start war. O. Shall we move to O now? Shall we move to O? So let's do O now. So an animal with O, there is one. Yeah, there is one. A color with O, yes, there is one. Job with O, I don't know. Food with O, yes, there is. Object with O, yes, there is. Clothes, clothes with O, I don't know. Hobby with O, I don't know. Verb, of course, there are a lot of verbs. So again, for people just joining in this activity, you have three letters on the top, and so you have B, you have D, you have O, and now we are at O, right? So what you need to do is to give me one word for each of those categories. So one animal that starts with O, one color that starts with O, one job that starts with O, one food that starts with O, one object that starts with O, clothes that start with O, hobby start with O, and verb that start with O. You're given a teacher that a very one of us should remember. Thank you so much. But you are a teacher that every one of us should remember. Thank you so much. You're the teacher. All right. I take that. All right. So, your English is very good, Said, by the way. That's something I think I still remember that I noticed this from the very beginning, like from your early comments. I noticed that your English is quite well, very good, I would say. Oat, very good. Oatmeals, exactly. All right. There is onions. I'm gonna help you. There is onions as well. But oat, yes, the oatmeal or oat. Is this practical? Have you ever like gone to any center, or you just practice it alone? Your English, you can express yourself very well. Yeah, oat milk, organic, yes, organic stuff as well. Self-learning. That's very like impressive, to be honest. That's very impressive. Oh, all right, good. My friend Ahsanal is here. All right. Alter, good. Orange, good, but one R, not double R. Opener, job. I don't know what the heck is an opener. Oats, good. Opener again in object. All right. Orange. Okay, I take that. Origami, often. Often is not a verb, my man. Often is not a verb. It's an adverb. I can never say I often. You often. He offens. Uh, right. So often is not a verb. Owl. Iman, exactly. That was the first animal that came to my mind when I thought about owl. All right. The word that Said said, oregano, I'm not sure I quite get it. Orienting as a verb. Officer, that is a very good one. Officer. I didn't think about it, to be honest. I didn't think about it. Oregano, but oregano, I want to see what's oregano. Yeah, I don't know it. Oregano, so it's a kind of like herb. Okay, very interesting. This is a word that I've learned. I suck at herbs. When it comes to herbs, I suck in English. Herbs and spices, I yeah. Yes, say. But when it comes, I'm gonna admit this as a teacher. I don't know a lot of herbs like plants. I don't know them in English, and I don't know lots of spices as well. Spices, I suck at spices as a teacher, and I refuse to fix that problem. Right. Okay, so let us go ahead and start now talking about the war in that's been going on like a couple of days ago. And the first question: do you support the U.S. intervention in Iran? Iman, I know you are a very political person. I want you to be very engaged with the discussion. I appreciate that you are humble. No, I'm just telling the truth, man. I'm not an English. I'm not an American, right? I'm not a British. I'm Moroccan. So all the time I tell this to people. I tell them, you know what? As a Moroccan person, as a teacher of English who is from Morocco, I have a master's degree in English. I've been teaching English for like 4 years, both in classes in high schools, online. I've been teaching English in different places, but I still know that my pronunciation will never be an American one or a British one. It will always have a little hint that I am Moroccan. And I don't intend to fix that because I am Moroccan and I will always stay Moroccan, right? So my pronunciation will always tell someone like who is American, it will always tell them that I am not American. And that's okay. Because I see a lot of people when they are learning English. By the way, this is a question that I want to discuss with you today, later, of course, which is um, is pronunciation very important? A lot of people, they start learning pronunciation from the very beginning. They start learning American pronunciation or British pronunciation. I think pronunciation is the last thing you should learn. No way. Hi. No. How do you pronounce my name? Your name, Jimenez. I'm gonna call you Jimenez because you're not a native exactly. Though I'm supposed to teach you English, but my pronunciation is not top. All right. So Jimenez, where are you from? Let me know where are you from. Iman and Ahsanol say no. They don't support the end by. Okay, Jimenez. All right. So both Iman and Ahsanol, they don't support the U.S. intervention in Iran. Can you guys share why I ask this question from Uzbekistan? Surat, hi, or Shuhrat, hi. How are you? Welcome. I got my admission in English literature today. Nice, Ahsanol. Nice, man. Congrats. I know you are a hardworking man. I know that. It's very. I told you that the other day. You remember? I told you the other day. Indian people, Pakistani people, Bengali people. I know you're from Bangladesh. Those people, you guys are very hardworking, and I appreciate that. And congrats again. You just got what you deserve. You just got something that you worked so hard for. I'm very sure. Of course, if you need any help with your English classes, please make sure to contact me. I'm here if you need any help. What is your recommended to me? I can speak English, but I have very big problem with writing. Man, Khalid, you have a very nice problem, to be honest, because a lot of people, they have the opposite. They can write English. Hi, everyone, Mexico. Noe decided to stay. Yes, we convinced you to stay. Noe, you give us your opinion about the question on the screen so that we can get you here as long as we can. Yes, I was talking to Khalid. He says I have very good speaking. I speak English very well, but I have a problem in writing. And you, my man, have the opposite of what a lot of people have. A lot of people I know, they can write, including myself. They can write foreign languages very well, but when it comes to speaking, they stutter. Sure, keep that question please in mind, Khalid. I just don't want to discuss a lot of questions or lots of topics at the same time. So if we can keep it till the end, but I will remember that you asked this question. I hope people in the country to live in peace without, of course, Shurat, we all want that. We all want that. We believe that a nice world, a good world, is a world with no wars. But war is the part of our reality, unfortunately, and we should have an opinion about it, right? It's a part of our reality. Like what happened in Iran. It's the United States already joined the war, so now it's just like we wanna. My mom just were trying like to give me a shout out. Just join your live. Give me a shout out. Okay, so this is a shout out to my friend Ahsanul Haq, who is a very good student and who always does charity and he helps the poor and he always volunteers and he is a very hardworking student. I know that my his teachers told me this. So Ahsanul, this is a very big shout out to you and congratulations again um, on your like joining the English classroom. And of course, this is for Ahsanul's mom. He feeds the cat, of course. He feeds stray cats, stray people. He feeds everything. And I've seen him the other day, like sharing money, sharing his meal with some poor kids. But really, like seriously, uh, Ahsanul is a very hardworking person, and I've seen this in our live streams. And he is always here, always sharing his opinion. He's never shy, and I really appreciate him in my live streams, to be honest. And he is very fun, by the way. He is very fun person to have here in the live stream. He always makes the live stream like 10 times more enjoyable. It was a personal decision by the president. All right, so Said says, but it's not the US who joined the war. It was a personal. Yes, this is a very big problem because a lot of people say, well, that was illegal. The way the United States joined the war was illegal because he should have talked to the Congress. Because, this is very dangerous indeed. Because, like, later, presidents will just start saying, hey, I don't like this country. I'm going to go and bomb that country. You understand? Joining a war, I would not support that. No one would, because a lot of people were against the war. So you cannot just jump and ignore what your people are saying. What like the majority of Americans were against the United States joining the war. Like 80% or 70% of Americans were against the United States joining the war. And Donald Trump, like Said said, took what seems to be a very personal decision to join the war. That's very dangerous because in the future, what's the Congress for, right? Why do people vote? I can just like be the president and I can take whatever decision I want without like taking the opinion of other people who are with me in the government. That's very dangerous. That being said, well, because I asked this question before in my live streams, I asked this question before. I said, are you for or against the United States joining the war? That was before it joined the war. Well, because a lot of people thought that if the United States joins the war, maybe other countries like China, Russia, and North Korea will also join the war to support Iran. But thankfully, that was not the case. That was not what happened. And thankfully, like there was a ceasefire. So thankfully, things went like very positively after the illegal bombing of Iran. Did I personally agree with the Trump joining the war? I did not personally. Am I happy with the outcome? No, to some extent, to be honest, because things did not go worse, at least. All right, so simply because Trump is an immature and arrogant. He is very immature and extremely arrogant person. Okay, next question. Should powerful countries like the United States, Russia, North Korea, stay out of foreign wars because the United States is a powerful country and they decided to join the war that Israel has started? I'm sorry, I'm just checking my live on the stream on my phone. Israel started and Iran got bombed. Exactly. Unfortunately, that was very unfortunate. Iran was doing very well in the war, right? Iran was doing very well, and if if the United States did not join the war, probably Israel would have like paid a very heavy price. Musa, hi. Yes, they should mind their business. All right, they should just let other country. Well, Musa's answer is no. They should not stay. Well, Iman, let me ask you a question. Now Israel is because well, Israel is bombing Gaza. Should powerful countries stay away from that? Should they just let Israel bomb Gaza every single day? Well, they are allowing that, but don't you think that they should intervene and should stop Israel from doing that? The hypersonic missiles were insane. Absolutely, that was a very very good sight. Very interesting sight. All right. I don't want to spend a lot of time on these questions. Well, it's not a war, it's a genocide. That's different. Well, but still, don't you think that like powerful countries should intervene? Yes, yes, I know Gaza has no military. And I know just like it's like resistance there. But don't you think that still more powerful countries should intervene and say, hey, you need to stop? Iran lost the opportunity to help Gaza. They accepted the ceasefire without any clause. Exactly, exactly. Unfortunately, and probably they will give up their nuclear program, which is also something very bad because Israel has it. So for me, if they want to be even, I think both Israel and Iran, both of them, should give up their nuclear programs. But now, from what I see, it's only the Iranian nuclear program that was like destroyed, and Israel gets to keep its nuclear program and nuclear facility, which will create a lot of bad things in the future, probably there in the Middle East. I can already see that. Next question. Yeah, this is a very good question, by the way. We asked you the other day. No, they should interfere and help not escalate. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. If the intervention, I totally agree with you, Asma. I'm gonna share your comment here. So if the intervention of a bigger and stronger country, if they intervene, I hope I'm not speaking very fast because sometimes I get very excited. So if like big country intervenes in another country or in a certain war, like what the United States intervened, the United States is very powerful, and it joined the war. I think like what Ahsanul says here, the orientation or the direction of the intervention should be to not let things escalate. I think. I think that would be very fair. Like if they intervene to stop the war, yes. But if they intervene to help one side win over the other, I think that will be a big problem. That will make things even worse. I want to keep my frame here bigger, but I don't want to hide these airplanes right here. Okay. Yeah. I'm still didn't want to didn't answer this question. Would you join? Would you help your country? Would you join? Would you fight for your country if war broke out? Arsenal, did you answer me last time? I remember there was another person from India, I think, who answered. But what about you? Would you join war with your country if there is a war? What do you think? Yes or no? If your country is fighting in a war, would you join that war? I'm just a girl. Me too. I'm just a girl. I I'm just a bearded girl. I would tell them, well, I'm a bearded girl. I identify as a girl. So please leave me alone. Khalid said no. Right. Uh, yeah, if my country is on the right side. Nice. All right. Right. Said even goes to another, which is that you will not have a choice. Mostly, you will be drafted. This is the word, to draft. So to draft, if your country drafts you, that means that you are obliged, like Said said. Most of the time, if your country like drafts you, the verb is to draft. I wrote it on the top. Yes, right here. Uh, it is a survive law. So if you are drafted, you need to go and fight for your country. I have other questions. I don't want to keep answering answering this question about war. My country was at war. I just ran away to Germany. Khalid, you did well. You did very well, man. Because war is started by politicians most of the time. It's like politicians who start wars, and it's civilians who lose their lives in wars. So I think it would be very, very interesting if the people who started the war should be in the front lines of that war. So if you are a president, if you are a minister, if you are a general who started the war, you should go and be in the front row of the war. Yes. Which country has the largest military budget? Of course, it's the United States. I've seen once a graph. I will see if I can share it on the channel. The graph shows the difference between like the number of airplanes that each country has, and the United States has an insane number. Like the United States has like something like 15,000 airplanes, while the second number, which is Russia, has only 4,000 airplanes. So the difference between Russia and the United States in the number of airplanes is 10,000 airplanes. Russia, like the United States, has more than three times the number of airplanes that Russia has, and Russia is a big country. So you can imagine the United States has really a big military power, and well, maybe we don't agree with the United States, but you will be very lucky if you have the United States by your side. I would say that. Like, I want to skip these. I want to skip. I want to skip this question. I want to make things lighter now. All right, so let's. So in the beginning we started with a warm up. We talked about war. Now I want to cool down. I want to cool down now. So let's cool down, my guys. Let's cool down with this very simple question, which is, what is the plural of sheep? What is the plural of sheep? Is it sheep or sheeps? Sheep. B. Sheeps. All right. All right. Actually, sheep, because I want to show you a different picture. Sheep actually is the correct one. So sheep, the plural is sheep. It stays the same. It does not change. So sheep is sheep. So I have one sheep, two sheep, three sheep, four sheep, a million sheep. So sheep stays the same. Can you now give me other words in English where the plural does not change? It's like the singular and the plural are the same word. So can you give me a word in English where the singular and the plural are the same word. Like sheep, one is a sheep, a plural is a sheep. There are at least 3 words that I know. So give me a word where the plural of a word stays the same. Money. Nice. Well, actually, money does not even have a plural. We cannot, well, we can say 3 sheep, but we cannot say three money. All right. So sheep is a countable noun. We can count it. But money is an uncountable noun. I'm not talking about uncountable nouns. I'm talking about countable nouns. Words that you can count, but don't have a plural. You understand what I say? So in English, there are 2 types of words. There is countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are nouns that we can count. For example, this is a pen, 2 pens, 3 pens. So this is a countable noun. But if I take money, I cannot count money. I cannot count the word money. Of course, I can count dollars. I can say $1, $2, $3. But I cannot say 1 money, 2 monies, 3 monies. So money, the word money is uncountable. Let's go now to the word sheep. So the word sheep is actually countable. I can say 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, 4 sheep. It's only that though it is a countable noun, the plural form does not change. I hope I'm making sense. The other word that I want to share with you that has the same rule is the word fish. Actually, fish is a word that we can count. We can say, I have 1 fish, I have 2 fish, I have 3 fish. But the plural of fish is fish. It does not change. All right? So fish is the second word. However, there is a very, very interesting case for fish. And I'm going to share it with you right now. So give me a second just to pull this on the screen. Okay. So, all right. So you can see on the screen that I have a number of fish. And they are of the same type. So when the fish is of the same, like the same kind, the same species, the plural of fish is fish. But if I have different types of fish, the plural of fish becomes fishes this time. All right? So I'm going to repeat from the very beginning. So this, you can see here different types. So here the plural of fish is not fish, it's fishes, because it describes different kinds of fish. But here, though we have a large number of fish, but they are of the same species, so here we say fish. So I'm going to recapitulate from the very beginning. Words in English are either countable or uncountable. Countable nouns are words that we can count, like the word pen, 1 pen, 2 pens, 3 pens. So that's a countable noun. For some words, there is a plural. For example, 1 pen, but 2 pens. 1 marker, 2 markers. 1 glass, 2 glasses, etc. 1 cup, 2 cups. 1 man, 2 men, like with E. But for some words, the plural is the same as the singular, though they are countable. So, for example, one sheep, 2 sheep. 1 deer, 2 deer. We don't say 2 deers or 2 sheep. The same goes for fish. So fish, the plural of fish is fish. But only if you are talking about many fish of the same type. If they are of different types, then it becomes fishes. I hope I'm making sense. All right, let me go back. All right. Okay, let's probably end with one last. All right, I'm gonna jump this one. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. What is the plural of goose? A goose, of course, is like it's like a duck, but it has a larger neck. That's a goose. So what's the plural of goose? Is it gooses or geese? I see that when we move to grammar, you guys have gone to sleep. You were very, very active in the beginning. Iman says geese. Yeah, you are correct. All right. So I'm not just gonna. I'm not trying to wake you up, guys. I know you are round the end. This is grammar. Grammar, you become very, very lazy. Can you give me other words? Ahsanul also gets the same answer. Can you give me other words that change in the same way as goose, geese, or goose, geese? Can you give me other words? I know at least two other words that change in the same way. Goose, geese. So it has double O for the singular, and the double E in the plural. It's not suck, it's I suck. That shows that you suck at grammar, Ahsanul. I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. Because suck is a verb, so you don't need the verb to be. You don't need am. You can say I suck. And you don't suck, by the way. Your English is very good. Because all right, here you go. This is one that resembles goose and geese. So goose for one, plural is geese. Another word is tooth, teeth, right? Tooth, teeth. And also foot, feet, right? Foot and feet, they change in the same way. And with this, we come to the end of this live stream. Let me just answer someone in the very beginning who asked about a certain lesson. So I'm gonna share it with you here. You will find it here, right? So it's in the chat. So you'll find it in the chat. I don't remember your name. Let me see if I remember your name, or if I can find your name. Yes, this is the guy. So the guy is Bubus or Bubu. And our friend Bubu says, hey, where is a certain video? I tell you that it's in the chat right now. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this has been a good transition to your weekend. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you have learned something from this live stream. Thank you so much for watching. See you on Tuesday. Take care.